Hi and welcome to BONITA'S Kitchen, and thank you for joining us. Well, here we are again today showing you another delicious recipe, what to do with all of those zucchini. We have been gifted so many zucchinis, really big ones and small ones, and of course we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how you could keep them for the winter months and what you can do with them right now. So for us, we're going to make some zucchini cornbread. And of course, what goes well with zucchini is some fresh corn. Now, we've been given lots of these as well, and we've been buying them at the farmers markets. And I got some frozen. I can even talk a little bit about that with you and share some links for sure. But all we need to do right now, well, I'm going to say let's get started. We're going to be grating up or shredding about 2 cups of zucchini. So let's get going on that. BONITA'S kitchen. Yours. Okay, so first off, I just got 2 chunks here, and just clean off the back, rinse it with some cold water, pat it dry, cut the inside out. As you see, I already got it cut. This one is not too bad, it's not that juicy. The bigger ones is like really juicy. You can almost use this. I'm not going to take the skin off this one because it's not tough and it's got lots of goodness in it, of course. But the bigger ones, you take the skin off because it'll be just too hard for you. So I'm going to grate this in. I'm going to show you the size here now. It'll be about this in the shredding size, and I'm using this size of the grater, and it'll be 2 cups. That's pretty much all you need to do there now. All of this stuff is pretty quick if you do it in advance, and we were talking about just at the beginning what to do with that zucchini. So this here is one thing you can do. You can shred a whole bunch of zucchini, put in freezer bags, 2-cup bags. That way you got it ready for a recipe and freeze it. You can cut it in chunks. You got it for soup and making it other different recipes, of course. We'll talk about that. And that's all you need to do there. So that's about 2 cups.
You put that pot in the sink?
Yes, thank you, Raymond.
Okay, buddy.
Right.
I'm not only the man behind the camera, you know.
See, he's some good to me.
Yeah.
And there you go. I'll pop this in my recycle. Pretty much now we're done with that. I'm just going to put this over there to the side. Now this is our fresh corn, of course. Probably everybody knows how to peel your corn. And I'm using fresh corn because that's what I got here today. But this recipe I've used with frozen corn. I'm going to go as far as if you can't even get the frozen, you could use the canned corn, and that's fine. So pretty much all I'm doing now is taking it out of the tusk. I'm going to rinse this off, and I'm going to take the corn off the cob. And I'm going to put this now in my compost. So pretty much all I'm doing now is cutting these little corn cobs off. It's going to go everywhere, of course, because that's the... Now what is this? That's the battle of the beast there now when that happens.
Yeah.
Now you might have some sort of a contraption that takes the corn off the cob, and if that's the case, you use that. But I'm just going to use...
I could be the contraption.
No, you can't. You can't eat them. They're raw.
Oh, I know.
I mean, you can eat them raw, yes, but it'll be chewy, and you'll be chewing behind that camera. So pretty much that's all we need to do there. But now, on top of that, because we're going to be the corn, I need for it to be sort of creamed a little bit. I'm going to chop it up in my food processor so you can, then it's got that little consistency. I'm going to show you that, and we'll get going on that. Now I'm thinking you could probably do the same sort of thing if you put this corn in, I'm just going to toss it everywhere, am I? This corn in a bag, and use one of those kitchen helpers to kind of crush it down, because really I just need it crushed, and I'll show you that, of course, to make the consistency for this recipe. Not necessarily full corns like this, I need it to be chopped and such. So I'm going to lock this on here first. Now my recipe calls for half a cup of the corn, the chopped corn, but you could use a full cup, 1 cup, I'm going to say, if that's what you're doing, and it'll almost be a cup, but it looks more like a half. And just blend this down. Okay, so that's pretty much all you need to do there. Now I got to get all that goodness, of course, when I get going on it, but this is what it looks like. So it's all just chopped, you can see it's moist. I'm going to pop this now into my mixer or my bowl along with the shredded zucchini, and then I'll tell you what's next. So I'm pretty much going to toss that in there. So I'm saying a half a cup of this blended corn. So I'm using a fresh uncooked corn. You could use frozen corn, and I'll even go as far as canned corn if you can't get either one of those. But you definitely need to drain off that juice. I don't want that juice on it. I'll get the rest of that now in a second. And our 2 cups of shredded zucchini. So now this bread already screams out delicious, healthy, and affordable, because if you're growing these things, if you're growing zucchini and you can get, you know, a whole bunch of corn at a farmer's market, it's a win-win. Stock up.
Yeah,
Yum.
you better believe it.
So now this is a no fuss sort of cake. So you just pop everything in there now. So I got 3/4 of a cup of cooking oil. You could use vegetable, canola, or if you got a favorite oil that you like using. We got a 1/3 of a cup of orange juice. It's fresh orange juice with pulp. We got 1/2 teaspoonful of sea salt. I'm going to pop in there 1/4 teaspoonful of nutmeg and a full teaspoonful of vanilla.
I tell you, this is going to be one loaf of bread. You'll want a couple of slices, won't you?
Right off the bat, coming right out of the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all you need to do so far. Now we got 1 egg. Now I got my helper behind that camera there. He's not just a pretty face, you know, because he just told me I call this a cake, and I might call it anything by the end of it, Raymond, for sure. It's definitely called good. It's of course a zucchini corn bread, which is a loaf of bread.
But you can put it in a cake pan.
You can put it in a cake pan and make it as a
corn,
cake.
Yeah, zucchini.
Yeah, so there you go, Raymond. You just got another recipe for us. So this is the one large egg, is slightly beaten, and I'm going to put on my little contraption there, put this down, and now I'm going to turn it on. So you just need a slight beating on this. You don't need to over mix it because you got your egg in there, of course. So what we're going to be doing next, I got 2 cups of sifted all-purpose white flour. You could also use a flour of choice, and I'm going to say that loosely because if you're using a gluten-free flour, you might need to add in some of those gluten-free ingredients with it, and if you're using an all wheat flour, that's fine too, but just as long as it's all-purpose. This is 2 teaspoonfuls of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoonful of baking soda. So now let's get working on that. So I'm just going to put down my mixer, put on my guard. Our little granddaughter say, don't forget the guard, Nan.
Yeah.
And then turn it on just until it's all blended. Again, don't over mix it. In my case, and I'm sure you've heard me say it, I'm going to say 100 times because there's definitely that many cakes or loaves or breads in there. My mixer don't always take it down from the sides, so I got to do it manually. And so what I'm going to do now is take this off of this bowl off of this mixer, I'm going to say, and you the batter. Now just look at this, and it's got all of those little speckles of zucchini in there, which makes it oh so good. But if you're using a big old zucchini that's tough for the skin, take the skin off and just do a little bit of green and not a lot. So now let's get this into a pan. So I got myself a regular size pan. I'm gonna say, I don't know, I'll share it with you. I'm thinking it's a 9 by
10.
yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, something. Anyway, I'll share that with you. It's a regular size bread pan. And I'm going to scoop all of this delicious goodness in there. Now, what I done yesterday as well, because I made a couple of these for our family. I'm going to drop this bowl, but I'll see if I don't. I put it in my little pans, the ones that Raymond's mom left them, and I made 2 small loaves. Now you can do that as well, but today I'm just going to make the one big one. So get the rest of that batter out of that pan. I'm almost sure my bowl is a ton weight every time I lift it to scoop things out. But anyway, onward, just evenly put it down around the sides. And what I normally do as well, give it a little shake it in place or pat it on the counter. I won't do that to make noise here now, just to make sure all the air pockets is out of it. So now I'm going to tell you how long you need to bake it for. So during all the excitement of making this delicious zucchini corn bread, I forgot to add in the sugar. So it was ½ cup of sugar of choice, I'm going to say. White granulated sugar is what I used. You could use Splenda, anything that's on your dietary, for dietary restrictions. Now, before I tell you how long to bake it for, I got some brown sugar here, and I got a little bit of cinnamon. And what I'm going to do is sprinkle that over the top. I'm going to show you that. But we're going to put this cake, I want to call it cake.
It's
really
bread.
fun.
Right now, bread.
It's a bread now, but I'm going to make a cake out of it as well. We're going to put it in a 350 Fahrenheit oven and bake it anywhere from 45 minutes to 1 hour, or toothpick clean, depending on your oven. So this is where it's at. I can bake the 2 little loaves for 45 minutes, but I'm thinking this one is going to go the full hour. So now I'm going to show you this. So now all you need to do is sprinkle about 1 or 2 tablespoonfuls of brown sugar, or you could use an organic sugar, again, Splenda, whatever you want to. You wouldn't use a tablespoonful of Splenda, but this is just to give it a nice topping, nice glaze over the top. And this is about, I'd say about ½ teaspoonful to a teaspoonful of cinnamon. That's over the top, just to kick this zucchini cornbread up a notch. Hey, Raymond. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put this in our oven and show you what it looks like when it's out. Now our zucchini corn bread is baked. Oh my gosh, delicious. I'm going to bring it back to my counter and just have a look. Now just look at this delicious bread. I know you're right ready to go out and make one of these today, eh? Hey, Raymond, it's so good.
Ready. I got the knife, plate.
We haven't stopped making everything zucchini this last little bit, so we're excited about that, and we're excited for you guys to actually have those recipes as well. We have got one over here already cut up that I'm going to show and have a taste. But I'll let this one rest a bit. I can't believe I'm saying let it rest, but I don't want for it to take it out of the pan too soon. Now I'm going to have a little taste.
And so am I.
Just going to take my zucchini bread now out of this pan and show you. Oh my gosh, the steam is coming out of this, Raymond. It's absolutely delicious in here. It smells amazing. And pour up a nice
mug of tea, a cup of tea.
Cup of tea, because you've got to have a cup of tea with this. And just look how delicious Yum. Now I'm going to have a
It's
little
like
taste.
too good to eat.
Too good to eat. You know it.
Bad news.
I hope I got you all excited today to make this. I got a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of confectionery sugar in a little sieve, just to give it a little garnish. You don't have to use cinnamon, you don't have to use the brown sugar. You can just have it like that on its own. It's going to be delicious regardless. Again, you can see all of the green going in through there from the zucchini. If you got a big old zucchini and you got to peel it, no worries. You don't need it anyway. You got the flavor of that zucchini and the corn. I'm having a little taste. Perfect amount of blend of the corn and zucchini. You can actually taste it. It's delicious, and the cinnamon just pops, of course. Yeah, drop the zucchini, cornbread, delicious, and I'm gonna have a sip of my tea. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. Put another little bit in there to add it up. I got your tea waiting there, Raymond.
Oh, perfect.
This bread you're gonna love. We have got lots of recipes with zucchini, of course, and I'm going to share those links with you here today. You can also, and again, it's not only just for zucchini breads, is zucchini pickles and such. So we'll share all that with you, and you can find it, of course, on www.bonita'skitchen.com, our website. You can send us a message at bonita'skitchen@gmail.com if you can't find the recipe, you want me to send it to you, or you made the recipe and you want to send me a food picture of your delicious bread or soup or whatever you're making belong to our kitchen. We would love to see it, and Raymond will share it on a slideshow that he'll put together on Facebook. Remember, preserving those vegetables is not much point of growing it if you're just going to give it all away. It's fine to give it away, don't get me wrong, but you need to keep some of it. So the way to do that, again, is to grate up at least 2 cups of the zucchini in each bag, put it in a freezer bag, keep it in the freezer until it's gone. That's what I do. The corn, if you buy a big bag of corn, you can cook the corn, take all of those little corn cobs off and put it into a freezer bag and cook that up with your food, or just freeze the corn after you've blanched it.
More or less, it'll never go to waste.
No, it'll never go to waste. You don't want to lose out on the freshness of the summer and the fall, and then bring it into the winter when you want those delicious things and you can't find it, or you're buying it at the grocery store. So there's a couple of little hints to help you preserve those vegetables. So before we go, we'd like to do a big old shout out to our paid members. Thank you for supporting Bonita's Kitchen. We all appreciate it. And we also like to thank our subscribers that have stuck with us for this last 11 years, going on now to 12, and to our new subscribers. Welcome to Bonita's Kitchen. You got lots of recipes to make and enjoy, I'm going to say, for years to come. I'm grabbing that piece of zucchini cornbread because I want to get that in me, you know. Again, we're not going to take any more of your time. We know it's precious. If I left anything out here today, send me a message. Leave a message at the end of this in the comment section here on YouTube. So on behalf of myself
and me, of course,
Raymond, and our team, and from our kitchen to yours, we thank you for joining us. And
you have a wonderful day. Until now.
Join us by the sea, a journey in culinary, always on open door. Bonita's Kitchen to yours. Bonita's Kitchen to yours.